The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the riftnationnetwork, the R.I.F.T. Putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you could need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Beacon in the dark for you. Reach out, grab that spark. Wisdom waits in silent hues. Find your path out of the dark. Thursday night, the time is near. Guidance shines at 9:30. Eastern winds will draw you here. Hearts and minds no longer blurry. Your fate lies in your own hands. Wisdom flows like desert sands. Knowledge hidden in plain sight. Reach for it with all your might.
Hello, everybody. Renee's having a little issue with the sound, so we'll wait for her to come in. And as we wait for her to pop in and out, we're going to be talking today about the difference between 3D and 4D. And again, we're talking about spiritual reality. Welcome to Beacon in the Dark. I'm your host, Susan Swanbeck, and Renee Odell should be in here and there soon. And if not, we're just going to keep plugging away. So there's a lot actually involved in how do you know which sense of reality you're in? Do you even know if you're in a 3D or if you're in a 4D type atmosphere? You know what would help? If I had on the glasses, I could see the computer with. All right, so let's get into this right now. So we're talking about your journey into your 4D reality. And again, there's a lot of steps that you need to take in order to help yourself get into this 4D reality set. And it includes shifting your perception and your emotional healing, mindful practices, and your conscious awakening. But in order to get into that, you have to transcend out of your 3D reality. Now, when we're talking about transcending out of your 3D reality, there's a lot of things that need to be done there too. But how do you know if you've already shifted? Now, the steps to actually do it, from transcending from ordinary 3D existence to the more extensive state of awareness associated with intuition, interconnection, and spiritual growth, because your spiritual growth comes in a 4D reality state. We're talking about your state of being. I'm not talking about a 3D or a 4D world or how we look at the world. I'm talking about how we see, sense, and feel ourselves, who we are as individuals. Okay, that's what we're getting into right here. And I found out something else interesting. When you're on Bag of Nuts, I was talking about numerology today is what I was doing, and there are so many distinct shadow work abilities where it's talking about self, things you need to work on for yourself. We can get into that too. So, have you even noticed what state of reality are you in right now? Are you in the 3D or are you actually in the 4D? Okay, so have you noticed like increasing synchronicities, deja vus, meaningful consciousness, suggesting new patterns of awareness? These are part of the signs that you're dealing with when we're talking about signals that you've come out of your 3D working into the 4D. Also, heightened sensitivity to energies and emotions. Okay, sometimes us as empaths will get that. We have this heightened sense of emotions when it comes to others as well as ourselves. But if you normally didn't feel that in your sense of reality, if you're feeling that now, that's also a sign of a shift right there. Time may feel less linear, you know? And again, it talks about movements of expansion and connection, is what we're talking about here. Awareness of patterns and cycles actually emerging. But the biggest aspect of getting out of the 3D into the 4D has a lot to do with you yourself, the work that you do on yourself as an individual. We're talking about the emotional healing process. And sometimes taking a deep inner look at yourself is one of the hardest things in the world to do. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do. Being deep emotionally healed by, and again, there's a lot of different things you can do. But when you're looking deep into yourself, you're looking at your negative side or things you need to work on, your fears, your anger, your essence of your being, and things you don't want to see about yourself. That's the hardest part right there. Trying to deal with the things we don't want to see within ourselves. Okay. So I have a little short video presentation that talks a lot about this, and I wasn't going to play it, but I'm going to get into this right now. So let's see if we can pull that up and see what we can get into as far as that. So you guys can actually take a look at this. And this is something I kind of pre-recorded beforehand. Consciousness. Oh my goodness. So let's see if we can pull this up. We're going to pull this up. So hold on a second. Let me pull this up for you guys. Screen share. Okay, let's see. There we go. We're going to share and play this with you guys right now. Goodness, I can't. Oh, there we go. Play. Consciousness in 4D reality. In some spiritual and psychological frameworks, 4D reality represents a transitional state where intuition, interconnectedness, and transformation of consciousness become prominent bridges in gapping the physical reality in our higher state of awareness. Which means when we are in let's get into this for a minute, okay? Let's take a deep look at this. What are we talking about when we have this up here? Okay, I'm going to try to upload the video a different way and see if I can actually get this up here so it's easier for me to actually see you at the same time. Because we're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about fear. Panic buying is another thing we're actually discussing. Anger, complications, mistrust, heightened emotions. And again, consumption. This is what we are talking about in 3D. But wouldn't you want to enlighten yourself? Wouldn't you want to have that ability to be able to have that hope and release control and seeing the good rather than the bad and being motivated, so this is what we're actually talking about at the moment as that video processes. We'll get into this in a little bit, so we're going to get into a bit more. That video is actually processing, so the video is actually processing, so we're going to get into this a little bit. Okay, so what we are actually talking about is dealing with self, getting out of the mindset of anger and getting out of the mindset of self or money or greed or all these things that we deal with. These are things that we need to take a look at. We need to figure out what it is that we can actually do. That video is still processing. I should have done that a long time ago, but I didn't. That's okay. So we need to seek mindfulness. And again, mindfulness is it's hard to do. When you are living in the reality of now, of today, there's a lot of issues, psychically, physically, mentally, or even in our own personal lives, where we will have trouble getting out of one sense of reality and into the next. So in this 3D reality, we are dealing with so much. We are dealing with anger. We're dealing with issues. We're dealing with regret. We're dealing with not being good enough, lack of self confidence, all of these things, these feelings. We need to process them. And again, some individuals do call part of this shadow work, but we're dealing with everything as a whole. The way that we look at life, the way that we feel about life. I mean, it's that joy that we want, that happiness, that joy, that basic framework, that belief that everything will be okay. Your past wounds are actually gone. Things will be fantastic, and that's what you want to feel. But you have to do the basic work in the 3D in order to move out of the 3D into the 4D, because the 4D is a lot of clarity. It's peace, it's happiness, it's acceptance. There are so many different aspects of this. A lot of emotional healing and processing of ourselves is what we deal with when we're talking about the 3D in order to move out to get into that 4D. And again, Renee is having issues with her microphone. So she might appear today and she might appear next week. So we're talking about mindfulness and spiritual practices too. And again, engage in regular meditation. Meditation is a really good thing to do, especially when we want to move out, because we want to get that essence of self. We want to get that namaste type feeling where we're feeling enlightened and motivated and happy and just wonderful. Okay. And again, we're breathing work. And again, I've talked about this all the time, the breathing work, mindfulness, stabilization. Okay. And expand your consciousness beyond what is happening literally in this bubble, in this round bubble. Okay. We need to expand that beyond just us to see what's happening around us, the world, the trees, the plants, the animals, everything that's around us. Okay. Another good thing to do to help you is to practice a lot of energy work. There's a lot of energy work that actually needs to be practiced. So practice your energy work. And again, energy work comes in dealing with a lot of things. Energy can go into so many different aspects of things. There's Reiki healing is energy. There's there's dealing with it's processing. It's almost done. Energy work, dealing with and again, nature, plants, animals, these all have energy. They are amazing. So we're dealing with stabilizing us, stabilizing ourselves. It's what we're dealing with. And I think this is Renee coming in, is what we're dealing with right here. Let's see if we can hear Renee.
Are you there?
Yes.
That was a pain.
I's here. My goodness, I was talking to myself and almost going to play that dang video.
But you know what? Don't worry about talking to yourself. It's when you answer yourself back.
Yeah, I do that too.
I do too.
Yeah, I call myself dumb.
Let me fix my light.
So, welcome, Renee, everybody, to the Beacon in the Dark. She's going to help me out so I don't feel so freaking crazy anymore.
Oh, no. Hey, I can't control that.
Yeah. So, what we're getting into right now is the perspective of, and again, I don't know if you were following as you were fixing your mic. We're getting into the aspect of working out of the 3D into the 4D and the work that actually goes behind getting there. Out of
Oh,
that 3D. That's okay.
I'm working in the camper with the desk lamp. Give me a minute.
No problem.
You gotta get this light right to show all of my beautiful face.
There you go.
There. Now it don't look like I'm wearing a mask. There we go.
Awesome. So, a lot of the things that we have to do in order to move out of like the 3D into the 4D is a lot of it's work on us, work on self. I mean, I don't know about you, Renee, but a lot of us still will have trouble admitting our faults.
I do.
Yeah.
I tell Jim I'm perfect in every way and I'm innocent, and he just laughs.
And that's what it is. Me, I had finally admitted I had a control issue. I did for the longest time. You know, I had a control issue, but we have to look deep within ourselves in order to work through this stuff. That's the hardest part.
I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios always are the world's worst on controlling.
I'm a Gemini, so I got two different personalities. You never know which one's coming out.
So yeah, I have a cousin like that.
It's a tough situation. Let's pull this back over. There we go. I just made that larger. So I was doing the show that I did before was on numerology. And I found out something cool I didn't know, you know, because I've just started getting into numerology this year. But when you look up your life path number, it actually tells you about your shadow work.
Mine's 9.
I'm a 1. Let's see. And again, it's pretty fascinating when I was looking at it. So, and it's like, really? Really? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. You know, you go through one of those type things. Oh
Yeah.
my God, hold on. You know, when you wear glasses and you wear 2 different sets when you're online. Okay, there we go. Now I can see.
I don't see. I wear glasses on my eyes to
Yeah.
see with. But I am so nearsighted that when I get up close to read, you know, like
Yeah.
normal, the top of my head wears glasses. It needs to see the ceiling.
No, these are computer glasses only. These are my trifocals. I'm legally blind everywhere. So as far as a 1, let's see, I'll pick on myself right now. Shadow traits: aggressiveness, impatience, arrogance, overbearing behavior, stubbornness, a fear of showing vulnerability that actually can lead to loneliness and isolation. Yes, 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 and yes. Very stubborn.
I know. There's when I guess it's because I'm a
Yep.
9. Being alone is not lonely and it's not isolating.
See, I mean,
I
I
love
don't
it.
think I get lonely that much. I think it's certain situations like this. It's easier when you're talking to someone and bouncing off of them and then maybe joking around and not
Yeah.
taking life so seriously because that's laughter is key. Do you want to know yours?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Why not? It's a
okay, a
9.
9. Your shadow traits are self neglect, okay, emotional
Oh, I do that
irritability,
a lot.
indecision, idealism that actually leads to disappointment and resentment.
It's supposed to be really good. Lucky.
Yeah, that's your shadow work. And everybody in numerology, if you guys calculate your life path number, you can actually come up with what it is that you need to work on. I mean, literally, because who wouldn't want to be happy go lucky all the time?
I try to be that way. It's
Yeah, it
hard.
is. Because life happens or poop happens. Or shit
Well,
happens.
it's like I was telling you last night. I take care of
Yep.
Jim with his situation. He's got stage 4 colon cancer in his lungs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I take care of his mom. So I take care of both of them. She's just old, though. She's like 77 and has balance issues. And no, she just turned 78 on the 19th of September. So she has typical stuff going on.
Huh.
And that's what I do. They pay me to work with her, but Illinois won't pay a spouse to do the same thing.
Huh. See, over here they will.
California, they will too, or they did.
Yeah. Over here they did. They do.
Now you're in
Yep.
Massachusetts, and you told me 9:30.
Yeah. 9:30.
I'm in Illinois, and it's Central Time.
Oh, what time is that now?
It's 8:51
Oh.
now.
Okay. I didn't know you were in a different time
No.
zone. Oops.
I'm an hour behind you.
Oops. See, I always forget that. That's the cool thing about social media is because you get to talk to people from all over the world that you never would have met before.
Yeah.
So I think,
We've,
yeah, it's,
we've,
go ahead.
we've known each other since the start of the
Yep.
network.
Yep.
And I was in Eastern Time up until July of last year when I moved to Central Time.
Ah. You were always close to the
So that's
Mississippi, though, weren't you? No, you were in Virginia.
uh-huh. Do
Weren't you
what?
in Virginia in the beginning?
No, I was in Michigan.
Wow.
And now I'm on the border of Illinois on the Mississippi River. And the other side of the river in Iowa is Davenport.
Wow.
And they say, oh, I hear people, oh, I'll just run over to Davenport, blah, blah, blah. It's 4 minutes away.
Wow.
But in my mind, because of the way I was raised, they're running into another state. It should take hours.
True. Very true.
And I'm right on that state border. The Mississippi River's a border.
Dang.
And I'm going, wait, you ain't getting me to go to Davenport. That's too far away.
I've been in Mass my whole life. Different areas in Mass, but Mass my whole life.
My ex-husband's from Framingham, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I grew up on Wilbur's Point in Fairhaven, a private beach area. Then we moved all over Fairhaven. Then we moved all over Acushnet. So never lived place long, just all over the place. But yeah, now I'm in the city. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, a lot of people, it's like when they say, how am I gonna, because it's, what do you think like the hardest thing to deal with is? Your past or what you're going through now?
A little of both. Because I'm a 30-year CNA, so this kind of overlaps with what I did in the past.
So you have,
Only now it feels like I am never off work.
yep, yep. Yeah, I get that. Back when my mom had ALS, I'm the one that took care of her. Actually
And
relocated in this building just to help her. So I get that. Yep.
yeah, it feels like I'm never off work. We sleep in the camper, but we live with my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And so when I get up, I go out, go back into the house, and I'm on the go from the time I get back into that house in the morning to when I come out to the camper.
Wow.
And then I'm still, if Jim's having a rough night, I'm up and down all night. And
How do you maintain your happiness, your helpfulness with everybody? That's the hard question.
well, you know me, I am always, I try to stay positive,
Yep.
no matter
Yep.
what. Even when I'm mad and I'm cussing and I'm whatever, it's like, I don't know, I try to stay, I do it in a positive way.
Yeah. I think sometimes in life, trying to keep upbeat when, certain situations arise or memories arrive of situations, that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
And with everything you're going through right now, I mean, staying happy and positive and lighthearted, that's hard too. But everything you do is helping people,
yes.
And I think in a 9, I think the biggest thing is you forget to take care of yourself.
Oh, I do all
Yep,
the
that's a
time.
9 in numerology, and that's the hardest part, and that's I think one of the life lessons. So that would be something you'd have to work on in order to move from the.
I put myself on hold
Yep,
a lot,
my mother did her whole life.
a lot.
Yeah,
And that's part of being a 9. You put yourself on hold so you can work with
yeah,
others.
it's hard. Can't forget
And
yourself though.
yeah, I know.
Sorry, that was my man. We blow kisses.
Oh, hi, man.
Yeah. So
You know my man. He's out back in the bedroom playing on his phone.
it's a hard thing. I mean, when I was looking up the stuff before, there's like 3D, 4D, 5D. And it's like I'm having a hard enough time. And that's the thing. You can bounce from 3D to 4D because of life. Life happens.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. We can't seem to keep ourselves out of there because they're saying, oh, forgive and forget, be happy, be lighthearted. But sometimes when life happens or a rough situation happens, dude, it's so hard to do that.
Well, being a
Yes.
Scorpio, Scorpios can forgive. They never forget.
I don't think Geminis can
And
forgive.
it's like I forgive you, but I'm not gonna let you come back in so you can do the same thing you did before to
Yes.
me.
Yes.
And then you got a wall. But Scorpios are also the world's worst on when they're done giving breaks, they're done trusting people. They can dump a person, not say nothing, and just walk away and not feel bad about it.
I think,
I've done that quite a few
yeah, I have
times.
too. I think a lot of people nowadays would be like that because when we grew up and the way that society is now, it's like 2 totally different things. Now I think they're nuts. And it's like either that or because we didn't have like cameras and iPhones, you couldn't videotape half the dumb shit we did, stuff we
Right.
did. You couldn't. Now it's like, oh my
And
god,
see,
look
it's
at this thing I'm
also
doing.
like with me, if I don't like a person, and this has always been me, and you know that, I can look at a person and get a bad feeling or get a vibe off of them because I'm a people reader. And I'll say, I don't like you. Stay away
That was
from
my
me.
grandmother. My grandmother was the same way. You'd walk through the door, she could read a person at a moment's notice. She already made up her mind right there.
Yeah, and it's not that they did anything wrong or anything. It's just the vibe they throw
Yeah.
out,
The energy don't match.
and you'll say, "I don't like you. Stay away from me, and there won't be no
Yep.
problems."
Energy don't
You don't stay away from me, I'm gonna beat your ass, and then you're gonna have a problem,
See,
not me.
that's a happy thought. It's you're not dwelling on the memory. You're just saying, okay, punch down, gone.
Yeah, and then I'm over it, and I go to jail, and I have a vacation.
That's what my mom used
3
to say.
hearts and
Yeah.
a cot.
Ah. Vacation. I used to dream of those things with my kid. I'm gonna call on you. Go ahead. I need the break.
I just somebody. Oh, Jim, today we had a car cut us off going in traffic, and he gets temperament. He gets road rage. I get idiot rage. I told him, I says, "Don't kill us." He goes, "Well, I hate it's this asshole." Blah blah blah. And then he said something about not going to jail for hitting him or something. I said, "No, honey, you won't go to jail. I'll go to jail. Because I'll beat both you." I said, "Him, he's just simple assault. You're domestic abuse. How much time do you think I'll get?"
Ah, you're trying to force that vacation, huh?
I need
Yeah,
that
free
vacation.
bed, hot meals delivered to you. There you go.
Yeah, and you get free showers.
There you go. Nice vacay there.
Pretend your little plastic cups are glasses of Mai Tais. You know, you got me.
Yeah, I haven't been on a vacation ever, I don't think.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
No time, man. I mean, how is a I like look at the internet now. And I know we're supposed to be talking about 3D, 4D, whatever, but I look at the internet now and I see these kids and I'm like, they're going to run the world when I go. That's not good.
I get these. I watch these little videos about some people they're actually millennials and they're TikTok influencers.
Nice.
And they fly. They rack up the miles and they fly. They're out of Tennessee.
Nice.
They have traveled the world 4 times in the last 5 years
Wow.
for free.
Now, millennials, what's their age group?
The 30s. Let me think. They're the ones right after me. I'm an Xer.
Yeah, Gen X.
So it'd be like 84 to, I
Yeah.
don't know, till they started having kids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the area I live in. I don't know. I think even some of the people around here, I think a lot of times I myself lose faith in people. And it's like, seriously, dudes, seriously, you're going to do that type of situation. But maybe it's just like the area that I live in where I just don't grasp people.
Jim used to have a bad habit of saying, "Really?"
No kid.
at things. Really? You're
Yeah,
going to do
really?
that? And I tell him, "No, it's just a dream. It'll be all over when you wake up."
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a T-shirt that says, "Oh God, what the hell does that say?" I think my last words are going to be, "Are you kidding me?" You know.
I seen something today on the couple that are investigators. They do
Yeah,
cemeteries called the Paranormal
yeah.
Couple, and they was in a cemetery and recorded it. And the spirit come across and said haunted, and they said haunted or haunting, and it said yeah. So what are you haunting? Or why are you haunting? That's the way they put it. Why are you
Yeah.
haunting? And they said, the voice came back as, haunting is a lot cheaper than therapy. I need a t-shirt like
There you
that.
go. You can make anything nowadays. You really can.
Haunting is a lot cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
I just laughed.
Chris says that he can't keep all the generations straight. Oh, wrong glasses again. Now I can see it. It's tough being blind in one eye.
I've quit trying to get the years of the generations. I just call them the young at
Yeah,
first.
the young and the I don't knows.
See, I can't see what people say.
Yeah. Well, Chris said.
Now
Yeah,
I do.
I just put it up there. Yeah, Chris said he can't keep all the generation titles straight. I can't either. I don't know. I think some people are just, I don't know how to be blunt. Some people are just dense and others are more intelligent. And when I say dense, I mean dense as far as, I don't know, just they don't, it's really hard to explain. It's just how they act around people, and it's like they think the world owes them a favor type situation. I don't understand that. Never did.
Yeah, I've run across a few of them up here in where I'm living at
Yeah.
now. And I had some woman acted all entitled and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at her. We was in a grocery store, and she was acting entitled.
I don't get that.
Now, I'm very, very polite. You know that.
Short for chrysanthemum. But my given name is Crystal. Oh, okay. Hi, Crystal. Sorry. I can see the
Hi,
picture now.
Crystal. But this woman come up behind me and was being all entitled and acting like I owed her. And I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I don't owe you a dang thing. And I don't like you because of the way you're acting, and you need to stay away from me.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to put it is some people are just on ugly. They're just
She
ugly.
was like, and she acted like I owed her the world, and I had no idea who she was.
Yeah, it's
So I don't owe you nothing. I want you to get away from me.
definitely it's society. I mean, how do you even fix things to even move it when society itself nowadays is just, I don't know, lost?
Well, just remember, they're jumping generations for president after Trump.
Yeah, you know,
He's
I
a-
honestly, as far as politics, I don't discuss politics because I don't believe even when you vote, you get a vote anyways. They're just going to pick who they want.
right. Well, they're going to jump over the Gen Xers.
Yeah.
We are not going to have a president. They'll go from Trump to millennial.
Huh. Why do you think that?
Because we really don't want to run the country. We just want to sit back and be quiet. We don't care.
I think that's the cool thing when you're talking about generations. It's as far as like our generation, we don't care who says what.
I don't care.
We don't. That's Gen X's are just like, yeah, whatever.
Put that light in my eye.
You close your eyes. I need it on my face. And close your eyes.
Space in between me and the light. I didn't fucking hard.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. And I think that's the toughest part of all this, trying to expand your consciousness and trying to light people's ways and stuff is the generation gap has a lot to do with that too. Because everybody thinks differently.
I think we could do it. You know, because we are who we are. Our generation could do that because we don't care. I mean, we care, but we don't care.
Yeah. We care about, people, places, things that. But as far as somebody not liking us, or don't like our outfit, or don't like our hair, or how we look, or part of our personality, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We don't care. And that's part of how we can become enlightened, is because the society state of mind is, A, we have to keep up with the Joneses. And we have to care what other people think. And I don't care. You don't like me? Well, stay away from me.
Agreed.
That's fixed. Easy
Yeah.
enough.
I think a lot of us Gen Xers, we are our own worst enemy, because we judge. Yeah, I think a
Sometimes,
lot of us will judge ourselves more than other people judge us. She says, I am 58. What generation am I?
what generation do you feel?
That's Crystal.
I don't know if I know Crystal.
Crystal Fox wrote in.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know where the generations are. I know I'm a Gen X.
45, I think, to 80, 81 is Gen X.
Oh, then she's a Gen X.
60, 65
Yeah.
to 80.
65 to 80 is Gen X.
Yeah.
What's the one?
And then you've got the ones before that are the baby boomers.
The baby boomers. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that World War II, the baby
Oh,
boomers.
before the Gen X. Yeah. I get
Yeah,
so
and the
lost in
ones
this
after,
generation thing.
the one after Gen X is the
The
millennials.
millennials.
And then their kids is that Gen Z.
Yeah.
Them, and then after Gen Z is Gen X 2.5. They're the ones, our grandkids are the ones that is like we are, but hyped
Oh
up.
boy. Hyped up on a bag of sugar, huh?
Not sugar, they're just more. They think of ideas that Gen Xers never thought of. Like I see one, this little girl falls out of her seat at the table and nobody responds. None of the people in that video
Oh
responded.
wow.
Exactly. The dog reacted to see if she was okay. And her brother goes, "All right, that's a good one. Get up and try it again."
See, that'd be something my father would say. Did that feel good? No, then sit down. My father just wouldn't
And
care either way.
yeah, her mom just didn't say nothing. And I'm going, I would have at least checked to see if she whacked her head. She was about 3.
Wow, that's young.
And she just slid right out of her seat into the floor. And her brother says, "All right, try it again. You're not hurt."
It reminds me of, oh God, what was that? It was on some TV show where a kid had a fork and he was going to put it in the outlet. And the mother's trying to, no, 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 trying to explain to me. He says, no, 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 no. The father says, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Let him do it. We'll see. What's going to see what happens. So the kid plugs it in and he jumps back and he looks at him. You're not going to do that again, right? Because
Yeah, he'll only do it
yeah,
once.
and that's a lot of it. Good night, Michelle. That has a lot to do with it. I think with the generation and how we grew up, it was, street lights on, come home. When my
Yeah.
youngest was out there, oh, I didn't realize the light came on the street. Really? Seriously, dude?
We knew we was in trouble when our mothers took the time to step out on the front porch and call us by our full name.
Yes.
I am 52 years old, and I still, when I hear my mother call me Jewel Renee, I grab my butt and run.
Yep. Yep. Susan Marie Swanbeck. I'm like, what? So yeah, we knew. I mean, that's what I mean by
We knew.
the younger generation sometimes is like blah. It's like, okay, street lights are on, you come home. You didn't know the street. How did you not know there's a light on over there?
It's dark out.
Oh, it's dark. Yes. I don't get it. And that was like my youngest son. It's like his brain would like process things a certain way, but simple concepts. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But give him a piano when he's like do 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 do. But we didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up with like the computers and stuff.
No, but we still had our talents. We had our thing.
Yep. Jumping bikes over pieces of wood we found, climbing trees.
Bottle rocket fights down the street,
Yeah, we had all
daring each other to get on them big old tall metal slides in the summertime. I bet you can't get up there and slide down without sticking to it, getting blisters on your legs.
Yes. I remember that.
Oh my
I
God.
remember that.
We used to steal we lived next to a
Yeah.
park, and we'd steal the neighbor's garden hose hooked up to their outlet water spigot. And it just barely reached the slide.
Oh, wow. You made a water slide?
And we could wet the slide, cool the slide down with their garden hose water.
Wow.
So we wouldn't get burns and blisters on our legs and back.
Dang. Yeah.
I lived in the South. We had weeks of 105 in the shade.
Oh, heck no. Yeah, see, I grew up different. I grew up next to the water, so it was cooler.
So we would borrow the park's neighbor's garden hose, and it would just barely reach the slide. And we could arc the water to where it hit the top and slide down that metal and cool it. Them 20-foot slides. You know what I'm talking about.
They're always taller until when you revisit, they're shorter. So, but I think that's
I know.
Yeah. I don't
know. Them are the ones that you'd break your arm falling off the top of.
Yep.
When you go home and your mom or your dad, you're showing them you've got bone poking out of your arm. And they say, oh, just rub some spit on it and get on with it.
Yeah. That reminds me, in the ocean, swimming like I always do. And when I came out, I had a big hole in the front of my ankle. And I needed stitches with blood gushing everywhere. So I stuck my hand over it to stop the bleeding. My sister runs up to get my mother. She comes back and says, Mom says, just stick it in the ocean. It'll be fine. I saw the blood squirting everywhere. She said,
blood squirting everywhere.
It's how you grow up. And it's like, just stick it back in the ocean. You'll be fine. It's like,
now see, I grew up, I was born and raised up until I was about 14 on the Gulf Coast.
Wow.
Mobile and south of New Orleans, We stick our bloody body parts in the water, we're going to get shark attack.
Wow. We didn't have that.
Because the fresh blood would draw the great whites and a few other sharks.
I mean, there's some of those around here, but not in the area that I grew up. They were more towards the Westport area, not towards the private beach and the cove over down at West Island. Nothing over there. No, it was a lot better. But I mean, that's talking about like past memories it's like happy moments, and that also enlightens your spirit and your soul is what it does.
There you go.
A lot of stuff we used to do. I didn't have much like time to really do much as a kid because my mother had us in sports. My oldest brother, he bowled, I skated, and my one sister had horse. The other one was in bass guitar lessons. So we were all busy all the time.
Oh, my mom worked overnight and slept in the day. Yeah. And we'd go get up and have breakfast and head out, do our chores and head out. She didn't know where we went until she woke up about 5 o'clock in the evening when we was coming in with the porch light.
You guys got to get away with a lot then.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have much time. I was
We
always
ran
at
our
practice.
neighborhood.
No, at practices, and you got practices, and you got practices, and you got practice. It's like, oh my god, yeah. So it was like that, but yeah,
We used to run down about a mile from our house was an old ice house. You know, where they made the
yeah,
bags
we
of
got one
ice.
down there.
And they had a man, and I'm not trying to be racist, don't get me wrong. They had a black man sit outside where when they shaved the blocks of ice down to
Yep.
cubes, it would shoot out a chute and make a great big old mountain of ice, shaved.
Right.
And he'd sit outside with that shaved ice and scoop it off the top, not the bottom, because that was
Yeah.
dirty. He'd scoop it off the top, and he had cherry flavor, and I do believe he had like banana or pina colada or
Oh,
something. The ice house would buy
yeah.
it. And he would be there all day long doing that. They paid him for doing that.
Wow.
Making free ice snow cones for anybody that wanted one.
Wow.
And that was his job.
That's
Sit in this chair
yeah.
and make a snow cone.
That's the cool
They had
thing
to get
about back then. Now you can't. You got to be careful who you trust now, and I think that's
yeah.
really sad. The kids like today, even my son, you can't trust anybody the way that we could back then. That's
Oh
bad.
no.
That's really bad.
You catch a kid taking something like
Yeah.
that, even though it was a
Yeah.
business. You know, it was the ice house. It was a business, and that might have made the
Yeah.
difference. Than some dude standing on a street corner giving away a snow
Yeah.
cone. You see that today, and you're going, and what's in that tube?
Yes, exactly. What happened to our society? It's bad. That's why I think why I don't grasp it, why I don't understand. Why I mean, back when I was a kid, if your neighbor was in trouble, you went, you helped. Now
Yes.
oh, look at that. Let's videotape it. Really? I don't
Or,
get it.
who is that? You don't get to know your neighbors no
No.
more either.
You can't.
You see them down the street, let's say, and they've got the hood up and they've got whatever smoke coming out of their
Yeah.
car. You're not going to run down there and say, hey, can I help you?
No, but
Because you don't know your neighbors no more.
exactly. You don't know them. You can't trust them. The world is different. All kinds of
Keep to yourself, huddle down, and get in the house. You don't even look around no
yeah.
more.
That's the biggest holdback as far as feeling enlightened in your community is really hard if you're not feeling safe outside.
No, I feel safe outside here, and I'm in the
I'm in the
project.
city. I'm in the war zone.
Honey, I get cops coming through here 5-6 times a day just to
You
do
should
a.
get a set of binoculars that have like pictures so you can get and take. Hey, check this out. Whoa! You see what that one just did? Holy crap! Look at that. So if you keep going that way, you'd be cool. You have a big video of my God. This is what happened this day.
First week we was here, our car keys had been stolen out of our car.
Damn.
And we live by an apartment complex, a project complex. And for that 4th of July, they had a shootout in the apartment, in one of the apartments in the complex. They had 17 cops and 5 ambulances and the coroner there.
Damn.
That's the kind of neighborhood I live in.
Yep. It's tough. I mean, it wasn't like that back when we were kids.
Mm-mm.
Now it's like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand what happened to the world. I think that's the biggest thing. I just don't grasp it.
I think we got out of the village mentality. I don't know if you could understand
Yeah,
that or not.
because when
Each
when
each neighborhood, no matter where you live,
Mhm.
was like a
Yep,
village.
my mother always knew where we were without a phone because somebody would call and tell her. That's the
Yep,
village, and we don't have that now.
we don't have the village no
No,
more.
it's
And actually, that's our fault. It's our fault because when we had kids,
yeah,
we told people, mind your business. We will raise our kids the way we want.
huh?
Not Miss Smith down the road caught your son doing something wrong and she paddled his butt
Yeah,
and sent him home to tell you. Because if he come home and he said Mrs. Jones down the street paddled his butt, you're not going to ask what for. You're going to say, that woman hit my kid, really?
mm, yeah,
You're not going to say, well, what'd you do to cause her to do that? Like when we were
yeah,
kids.
yeah. I never had that.
You're
Yeah,
just
I
going to
never
be
had anything like that happen when I was a kid.
you're just going to be all mad because you spanked your son.
Yeah,
And you're not going to ask, well, why did she do that? What did you do? What did she catch you doing?
mm. It's so different now. It really is. And
I told
I
you.
really think that we should just, like, I don't know, try to get back to trying to help each other and trying to look out for
Yeah.
each other versus
Well, see, even, your neighbors disciplining your kids. Well, you can't watch your kids all the
no, you
time.
can't.
But if they catch your kid doing something wrong and they spank their little butt and then come tell you, hey, I spanked his little butt and this is
Yeah.
why. I would not be mad,
I think
but that's
I think I
me.
was a little different because when the school used to call, and they'd say, "Oh, is this like so and so's?" I won't say my kid's names. Is this so and so's mom? Yep. What did he do now? First words out of my mouth. What did he do now?
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those. I'm an honest parent. I know I got boys, and I know boys are sometimes just blah. So it's like, okay, what did he do this time? And they knew me, and they knew that's exactly what I'd say. When you get the other parents going, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I got suspended from school one time for fighting. I never laid a hand on anybody,
Huh.
never raised my voice, never cussed anybody out. I got suspended for 3 days for fighting this girl at school over a boy neither one of us was dating.
So how did you get suspended for fighting a girl if you never fought
Well,
anybody?
this girl wanted to fight
Yeah.
me. It was a very small
Yeah.
school. You had your elementary, your middle school, and your high school all on the same
Dang.
campus. Very small. And I'd started that school about 6 months before. And this girl, I had a friend, a male friend, that lived across the street from
Yeah.
us. And his girlfriend's sister didn't like the fact that I was his friend. Not his girlfriend. Me and her were best friends. Her sister.
Okay.
And she told her friend about it, and her friend didn't like it either, obviously, and she challenged me to a fight at lunchtime at school.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there with the book, and she comes up and she started nyan nyan nyan. And out of the gym where we were at came the principal.
Right.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm doing my best to ignore her.
Yeah.
Because y'all were both fighting. You're both here, and she's ready to, whatever. So he separated us in classrooms.
Okay.
He gave me a 3-day suspension. She got a 7-day suspension because she said, I'm not walking with that B word.
Whoa. Wow.
Now, I was raised, your grades didn't matter as long as you behaved in school.
Ah.
So I was afraid to go home. I got suspended for fighting.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Best 3-day vacation I had in school ever.
Yeah.
My mom called her sister who owned a fishing resort, and I went to spend 3 days with her.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I never got suspended or anything. I was always
Like I said, I never cussed anybody out in that fight. Never raised a hand. Nothing. Got suspended for 3 days.
guess it was the principle of it, huh?
I
Oh
guess.
my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, the hour is up already. And I feel like I
Oh my
know it
God.
just went boom.
We didn't even really talk about the subject, see?
Nope, that's okay, guys. We'll get to it sometime. But sometimes it's good just to chat and to laugh and have memories and literally include your memories in here, guys. So, there's nothing wrong with that. It's fun.
Yeah,
Tell us about some of the goofy stuff you did as a kid. You never know.
like me.
Yeah.
Water hose in the slide.
No, I did a seance on a beach once, scared the heck out of a bunch of kids.
We, as kids, my grandmother honestly thought message boards were a joke,
Oh, wow.
and she bought us one.
Oh, spirit boards.
And
Yeah.
Ouija board.
Yeah.
They were good from 8 years old up.
Yeah.
And we played around with it a time or two. And then it got real serious, and it said my cousin's dad was gone. Unalive himself by gun.
Oh, wow.
And we disposed of the board. We said goodbye and disposed of the
Yeah.
board. And 5 years later, he actually did it.
Wow.
And that was the last time I played with any
No, this
Ouija
wasn't a
board.
board.
Use one.
This was we put rocks around. We had a fire pit in the middle, and they wanted me to talk to spirit and stuff. So, and I had somebody in the background making noises. I'm just a kid. I was in elementary school. Somebody in the background making noises of these supposed ghosts and stuff coming, and I scared the heck out of them. But they won't be bullies anymore. So,
There you go.
yep. Don't get mad, get even. Oh my God, guys. All right. I got to get up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I was
I have to be up at 6:30.
damn, I have trouble getting up in the morning. I'm a night owl.
But that's your 7:30.
Oh, okay. So I'm up a half an hour before you.
Yep.
Awesome. We'll get
My mother-in-law has to go to her senior center tomorrow, and she gets up at 7 my
oh,
time.
wow. Oh, my
So I get up 30 minutes before her.
nice. All right, guys. I'm going to say peace. Peace out. And I will see you next week. I have no idea what the topic's going to be yet. But yeah, we'll think of something. So,
Hey, we can just talk about whatever pops up.
yep. So I'm Sue. Down here we got
And I'm Renee.
awesome. We're gonna have a bunch of goofy ass chats because sometimes laughter is the best medicine. Healing laughter. And that's what I love about it.
Now, this week I am getting ready for a Paracon
Nice.
here in Rock Island. We have their Paracon this weekend.
Take pictures.
And Nick, I want to say his name is Maul, is coming. And a few others I know for sure they're coming.
Nice.
So we're going to have a good time.
Awesome. You have a lot of fun.
I'm going to do it broke, but we're going to have a good time.
It's about the company sometimes. That's what it's about.
That's right. Y'all have a good night, and I'm off to bed.
Peace.